You know, as I listened to both Jim and Wick talk, my first thought on this was, this is a building, but in the end, and the Celtics are a spectacular institution, but in the end, what it's really all about are the people. Walter Brown hired Red Auerbach. Red Auerbach signed Bill Russell and Bob Cousy, and a whole host of other people who went on to create a tradition and a sensibility about winning that will probably never be accomplished again in professional sports. 11 championships in 13 seasons. And then Red signed some guy named Cedric Maxwell and another guy named Larry Bird and Dave Cowens and a whole host of others who went on to win additional championships. And then a great franchise teetered a bit. And then some guy named Wick bought the team, along with some guy named Pags, and a bunch of other people. And they said they were going to bring back the glory days. And I remember when I was at Harvard Pilgrim at the time as a CEO, and Wick and Danny Ainge came to see me and said, we're looking for corporate sponsors. It's going to be great. I know we haven't been great, but it's going to be great. And I thought, let's give that young man a chance. And then several years later, I got a call from Bob Ryan, the Boston Globe, who said, what are you doing? They're not getting anywhere. It's not happening. And I remember saying to Bob Ryan, who knows more about basketball and has forgotten more than anyone else, patience, Bob. They got the right people. They're going to get there. And then sure enough, they did. With Pierce and Garnett and Allen and a whole bunch of others, they threw up banner number 18. And now here we are. Jim Davis, probably as good a friend and as good a partner to the city of Boston and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as you're going to find anywhere. Somebody who decided that he wanted to enter into a series of partnerships with the city and with the state to create a great complex here in Allston-Brighton. And Jim, I can't think of it. This had to be you. This had to be a guy with the will and the perseverance and the bandwidth to create something as spectacular as Boston Landing and to bring state folks and city folks and a whole series of spectacular athletic organizations together to create something that's going to be part of the future of this city and this Commonwealth for years and years and years to come. I mean, I grew up watching Tom Heinsohn and Satch Sanders and Cedric and all the rest of these guys. And I grew up listening to Johnny Most, who's the most one-sided. There's nothing better than listening to the radio and watching the game on TV and watching Johnny Most's definition of a foul. And you're every bit the homer that he was, and we love you for it. And I had a chance to play for Satch at one point, one of the truly great gentlemen of all time in Boston sports. And anybody who's ever listened to Sean Grandy and Cedric Maxwell call a game knows that there's literally no one else I'd rather listen to than those two hoot and holler from one end to the other, having way more fun than anybody who's got a job doing this should ever be allowed to have. Because in the end, folks, this is a building and it's a spectacular tribute to a truly great winner and somebody who put his mark on this city like almost nobody else in Red Auerbach. And it will serve the Celtics and this community for decades to come in ways that people can't even imagine. But it happens because of the people. Walter Brown, Red Auerbach, Wick, Pags, Jim, Bill Russell, Tom Heinsohn, and so many others. And I can't just tell you how much we appreciate the fact that this city and this state rocks because of people like that. Thank you.